welcome back to our podcast, Buckle Up Wildcats, High School Musical, the series Rewatch podcast. My name is Audrey Ashcraft, and I'm your co-host.
I'm Haley Clark, and I'm also your co-host.
Slay! Okay, perfect. Let's get right into it. We've started with season 2.
Yay.
And it's the Christmas episode. Can you
Yay.
tell? I don't have that many Christmas things.
Me neither.
But Haley's
it's March. I've got red. Oh yeah, this is Swig. It has Christmas trees on it. So, and I got it for Christmas. So
that's pretty Utah.
Yeah.
She said,
"Come on, they could wear this.
They could wear that, and they would look so snazzy and cool."
Yeah.
Perfect. Exactly.
Yes.
So, this is season 2, episode 1. New Year's Eve is what it's titled. I just realized right this very second that I never ranked it, but that's okay. Haley, you have our synopsis. I don't think of a ranking.
Okay. This is a little bit of a crazy recap, but okay.
2 paragraphs.
Like, how do I fit everything in? Okay. While Miss Jen and Carlos shop for costumes for the spring musical, they run into Zachy Roy, Miss Jen's ex-boyfriend turned rival. He boasts about being North High's new drama teacher and how they're competing in the Minkies Awards. Ashlyn hosts a New Year's Eve party, and everyone is convinced that they will be doing High School Musical 2 for the spring musical, but Miss Jen drops the ball, that's a pun, at midnight to announce that they will be doing Beauty and the Beast. Everyone is excited, especially Ricky, but now with the pressure on Nene, she blurts out about her decision to move to Denver in just a few days.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to give your ranking first?
Yes. I ranked this episode an 8 out of 10. Because I felt like it was pretty good, but I feel like it just felt not as good as the last season's first episode.
Yeah. I think I would probably agree with that and give it about an 8 out of 10 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's been a minute since I've watched the show.
Yeah.
Because we took some time out because we film multiple at a time. I'm sure you guys have noticed. Yeah. Actually, you shouldn't notice. We've been changing our appearance.
Yeah.
But it had been a minute since we watched, and obviously last week's episode we didn't watch an episode. Yeah. So coming back for season 2, I felt giddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, they're back.
I was excited.
I was like, guys, my show's on. I was so excited. I was like, guys, we're back at East High.
So good.
It was really exciting. Yeah. So that was fun to get to experience.
Yeah.
And so them coming out, it was so fun.
Yeah.
I had a really good time. Okay, what was your favorite and least favorite part of the episode?
My favorite part, which has not historically been my favorite part of this episode, I used to hate this, but when Ricky sings Bet on It, all the time, I love that. I love it so much. I think it's hilarious. And especially, when they're walking into the party, and Nene's like, yeah, he's been singing this all day. I'm like, that is so, real.
That is my boy.
Yeah, I'm like, that is Joshua.
Do you think he knows the words to Bet on It?
No.
He's saying it as a surprise song? Because I kind of don't think he would.
I don't think he would either. I'm like, okay. I think it made me laugh. I think it was so funny. My least favorite, it was kind of hard for this episode, but I don't like that Nene waited so long to tell Ricky.
No.
And I get that things kept coming up, but I mean, she knew before Christmas.
Yeah, she's known for ever at this point.
Yeah.
I also wrote that was my least favorite thing, is that Nene's purposely not telling him, and then they're acting like it's okay that she's not.
Yeah.
It's okay because she's... And then I feel like they almost shift the blame onto him, and he is almost portrayed as a little bit annoying and needy in this episode.
Yeah.
But I feel like what he's saying isn't weird.
No.
They're just making it seem worse because she hasn't... They're see, he didn't even give her the chance.
Yeah.
And it's okay, but he doesn't know that there's a problem.
No. I don't know. And I feel I don't know. I feel as Nene's friend, Courtney talks about how she's the only one that knew she was leaving. Mm-hmm. And I feel I would be you should tell your boyfriend that you're leaving.
You should tell your boyfriend who's fawning over you and how you are the one consistent in his life.
Yeah.
Who obviously is not the biggest fan of change. You should maybe tell him.
Yeah. come on. I don't know.
I agree.
I just think she had so many opportunities. And that's a normal trope in any show. So, I guess it makes sense. But,
yeah.
They needed some kind of plot twist at it. I don't know. But I think she should have done it way sooner.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I think that that was an annoying part for me, too.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was just seeing everyone all together again.
Yeah.
And they do so many group, stuff that, numbers and, performances, and it was so fun to see them all back together.
Yeah.
Again, I literally felt like I just took a year off of this show and I finally got the next season.
Yeah.
I was on cloud 9.
For real. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we didn't do songs when we did the ranking. I forgot that we usually do the ranking and the songs of them.
I forgot about that.
So, I knew we'd forget that.
It's been so long, guys.
So long. Okay, so the songs in this episode are Something in the Air, The Perfect Gift, Bet on It, and High School 2, Melody.
Mm-hmm.
So I put them... I've just continued my ranking from season 1. It was so many songs. I kept taking notes. I was like, they just keep singing. Yeah. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
I put Something in the Air in 4th... Okay. So fun fact about me. I love Something in the Air. It is on my playlist. I get so excited every time I hear it. And it's like top song on my Christmas playlist.
Yeah.
I love that song. So this is definitely a little bit of biased ranking, but I don't know what I would put it below because I put it in between All I Want and When There Was Me and You. So I put it 4th place. But in my defense, for how much I love this song, it's better than Out of the Old.
Yeah. I
would argue. And it's better than Born to Be Brave.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just where it's at.
Yeah. I think it's great. I think it is a really good song, and it's really, it's a good introduction back into the show, I think. Mm-hmm. Especially, if you had waited so long to watch the second season, I feel like it would be a good... You see each character together, you see Ricky and Nene together, and I think it's just a good way to pull you back in.
It's so fun. I love that song. I listen to it all the time.
I think it's really good.
And then I put... The Perfect Gift in between Out of the Old and Born to Be Brave. Well, actually, I put The Perfect Gift and Bet on It in between Out of the Old and Born to Be Brave. So they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's just where they should go. I don't know.
Yeah. I think The Perfect Gift is really sweet. And I feel like I haven't always even, really listened to that song so much. But I'm like, no, that song's really sweet.
So cute.
And I love it.
Exactly. And then I put the High School 2 Melody near the bottom, below Start of Something New, and then above Truth, Justice, and Songs in Our Key. So at 14th place, I think, 13th place. Yeah. So near the bottom, but just because it's a really inconsistent song. Not inconsistent, but it's just so different. Each person.
Interesting.
I don't think it's really meant to for you to put on a playlist and listen to.
Mm-mm.
So,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Any Utah moments?
There's a couple. Miss Jen says that Salt Lake is a small town because, she's like, Salt Lake's a small town. That's, we see each other everywhere. Or, when she's talking about Zachy Roy. But I would not say that Salt Lake is a small town.
No. I do run into random people all the time, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't
say
say
meant it more of an expression. But I was just like, that's kind of weird.
Not that small, though.
Yeah. And then she does talk about University of Utah.
I also thought that was University of Utah mentioned. And I did find it funny that she said she was waitlisted, because that's other than BYU, that's the only school in Utah that I could see you getting waitlisted for.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I kind of doubt she was a really, really good student.
Yeah.
So.
And then I was trying to think of the best drama school in Utah. And I don't know if I would choose U of U for that. But I don't really know what any of them have to offer for that.
I was like, what one would you choose?
I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe SUU, just based purely off vibes.
Yeah.
But I could see UVU having a decent one.
Yeah. UVU probably does too. I'm sure BYU has something.
I'm sure BYU would
we
say
don't
that
talk
they're
about that
actually
in this
secretly
show.
the best. And that's another thing too, like even just a BYU mention would be sick.
Yeah. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But that was really it.
Exactly. Yeah, I was like, I only wrote the U mention.
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess we can just dive into our notes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think we both wrote this down, but Nini does the recap.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more episodes in this season.
Yes.
There's the most episodes in this season of any other, so I wonder if every character will do a recap in this season as well.
Maybe.
Or if we'll run out of.
Yeah.
But, like, Seb didn't do a recap last season, did he?
I don't think he did.
So, there's probably more.
Seb was in the recap a lot. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I was just like, that's interesting that
they weren't even in the show that
chose to include him. They put Ricky and Nini singing
Start something new?
No.
Breaking Free?
Yes. I was like, my brain was
I was thinking Breaking Free, but I was like, that's actually, I said the wrong name.
The only clips from the show that, like, were, like, the sound, I guess, were them singing Breaking Free and then Seb singing the part in
Status Quo.
Yeah.
I also found that weird that they put Seb in, because, like, the context that they put him in, I was like, I actually don't think that was a problem he was dealing with. Yeah,
and we talked about that in the last episode. We talked about how they kind of, like, forced that a little bit.
Yeah.
And, like, it's weird that they, like, chose that was the most important part. Mm-hmm. They, like, put Seb and then Ricky and Nini.
I didn't notice.
It's so hard. And then, like, Big Red and Ashlyn. And that was, like, their 3 main points of the recap. I'm like,
got it.
Okay, Seb.
It's the
I don't really understand, but that's okay.
So real. So I put that, and then my first note is, like, right at the beginning. I love that she says Gina and the dancers. Are they all warmed up?
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know why that made me giddy, but, like, first off, everyone dances. Oh, okay, maybe not everyone. We're about to talk about that soon. But, like, Gina and the dancers?
Yeah.
You could have just said, make sure the dancers are warmed up.
Yeah.
Imagine being so much of a main character that you get referred to as you and the dancers.
Oh, that's so good.
Sometimes I think in the show, like, Gina and the dancers make sense, like, as a character, like, as us viewing from the show, because we don't know the dancers' names as well. Like, we know Gina. But, like, in real life, that would be such a weird thing to say.
Yeah. It would be.
That made me laugh. That literally wasn't funny, and I thought it was funny. Big Red's Jewish.
Yeah. Does he never say that before this?
I don't think so.
I feel like he'd mention it, but maybe he mentions it later, I feel like.
I think it's later, because it wasn't in my character Bible.
Yeah.
At least I don't think it was.
Of course he's Jewish.
Of course he's Jewish, because Haley and I were just talking about this. We were like, they give him every trait.
Yeah.
And it's because he's Jewish. Not Jewish. It's because he's a ginger. Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice my son was wrong. Sorry, guys. Try not to bring an anti-Semitic, like, vibe. But apparently that's what happened.
He's ginger.
I didn't write down that he was Jewish before this, but...
No.
So it must have just been out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
We found that out because he wears a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, wow.
That's so fun.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
I guess at this point we technically don't know that anyone isn't a member of Church Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
That's true.
Because they would just wear Christmas sweaters still, but they probably aren't.
Yeah.
This is also in the musical. Okay. I'm obsessed with Something in the Air. I feel like that's already came across. But, I thought it was so... Okay, we've mentioned this in a past episode about maybe EJ not being the best dancer. And he immediately hides behind a box.
Yeah.
When they do Gina's dance break, and it's so... And I didn't look for him particularly in the big group dance break.
He was in only one. Like, he was in the very back corner, and he was, like, out of frame and almost the whole shot.
And then, okay, so... I think it's so funny that they hide it like that, because we're like, okay, but we noticed it in that one episode, and I, like, made a comment. I was like, this is kind of mean, but I can tell they cut around him.
Yeah.
And then I was, like, on TikTok, and I saw a clip of, like, Larry Saperstein's podcast with Matt Cornett on it, and he started talking about how, I, like, said this to Haley, I was like, started talking about how, he wasn't the best dancer, and they're like, no, and they're like, but you got better. He's like, yeah, I got better, and I'm so grateful, because I, like, love doing this, and, like, I felt so bad for noticing. I was like,
yeah.
I feel horrible. And I was texting Haley, I was like, I clocked it.
Yeah.
Also, I feel bad now.
That's one of those things that people are like, don't worry, no one notices. Like,
and then we do a whole breakdown episode being like, EJ can't dance, Matt Cornett can't dance.
Yeah. Oh no.
I feel so
Please
bad.
Don't hate us.
Please don't hate us.
We love everyone.
We love him. However, if he did come on the show, that is a question I would ask.
Yeah.
He's never coming on our show. But if he did, he would be asked about his dancing experience.
Yes.
We would love to have you, Matt Cornett.
Yeah.
And we won't make you feel bad about your dance experience. We will ask about it, though.
We won't make fun of you.
Yeah. I love this opening number. I think it's such a good opening number.
Yeah. It's just so fun.
So fun. Joshua Bassett is fine.
Oh.
I was just telling you this.
I love
He popped out of that locker and I said, oh! He looks good.
That sweater's great.
It's so good. It's so many favors.
I don't know why, it's good.
They all look really good this season, though, but he, especially him, I was like, oh, he grew up.
Yeah. He looks like not a kid anymore. Yeah. And his hair looks good, and he just looks good. He looks taller, too. I don't know if that's, possible, or he...
I don't know if he really did grow, but he feels taller. Yeah. Him and I feel like he had the most change, and then also Sophia Wiley grew up a lot, too. I don't really feel like Olivia Rodrigo did, but I feel like she does.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the costuming for her.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was expecting better for her first costume, and it was better than it has been. But, I don't know. They make a normal costume, and then they're like, we're gonna have you wear a beanie with the most massive puffball on top of it.
Wait, that puffball's not distracting enough. Go get the other beanie.
Yeah. And then a metallic vest.
I forgot about the vest. How did I forget about the vest?
Why?
And they put Joshua Bassett in, the most flattering, sweater.
It's like...
I'm like, wow, do you guys hate her?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because we're getting to the sour era. We haven't reached sour era yet, because this season gets breaked up because of COVID. But I don't feel like she looks just, so little in the sour era, but she just kind of does still in this season of High School Musical. So I think it is a little bit costuming. But.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts about Something in the Air?
I just put that it doesn't sound like they... Which makes sense because they're dancing, but I don't think they are using live vocals.
I wouldn't say so. Also, fun fact. There's something in the air in the show. I share this with everyone and no one cares. Something in the air in the show is different than the version on Spotify. Because the version on Spotify has, a verse, chorus, verse, chorus. And then it has the Gina dance break. And then final chorus, where the show has verse, chorus, verse, Gina's dance break. Another verse? Question mark? Does it go? It goes, yes. From there, it goes right to the genie. Oh my gosh.
This is so hard.
This is so difficult. Nene and Ricky scene, and then it goes to the final chorus. So it's cut differently.
Yeah,
but I don't think these are live vocals. And I think it's interesting to see, because I kind of think we start to see them jump between in this one.
Yeah.
I just wrote, not telling Ricky is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's definitely in the wrong. And they try and paint it like he didn't give her the chance.
Yeah. But
But there's so many chances.
Yeah. I don't...
Frankly, I probably would have told him when we went to leave after the show.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, this lady just came up to me and told me that I can have a spot there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have been supportive of that.
Exactly. And I find it weird that he didn't ask either because he knew the girls.
Yeah. But also, if I remember, they thought she had left.
Oh, you're right.
And then he, I think, had left with his parents, and then she, came up to him, and then he came in after. So, it was just conveniently that he didn't see her.
Just convenient.
But...
No, I definitely feel like that's on her. I feel like... But I kind of also feel like that's a season 1 writing problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'd want to see him tell her... But also we don't really get to see him react in this episode to being told.
No.
So I don't actually... Not really the point.
Yeah.
Gina, comes on the screen immediately better.
Yeah.
This is the character that we see her. She does kind of change a lot, I feel like, every season. But...
Yeah. She's good.
She's just way better. I was like, oh, I love her. Mm-hmm. This is the Gina that I really like.
Yeah.
She's character development, great, we love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
don't know. I have one about when, Carlos and Seb are caroling, and then they're, singing, and then Carlos is like, bro, I was supposed to do the tenor. And I'm like, Carlos always sings the soprano part.
Yeah.
I don't think... I guess, as a tenor, you could have the range of a soprano, but he sings as a soprano. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I don't actually know anything about music, but...
We've never heard him sing tenor, have we?
Mm-mm.
Because Seb will.
Yeah, Seb's a tenor.
Yeah. I've never heard him sing soprano.
He always sings. He probably... I guess tenors can have a really high voice also, but... He always sings the main part as a soprano.
I also was confused why that was even a problem. I was like, you guys sing so many duets together, and you're able to figure this out.
You always sing together. I don't know. I was like, why is this? It was kind of irrelevant.
No. Sometimes I feel like they just create problems in that relationship.
Yeah.
And then, don't ever, address them. They just,
yeah.
put, issues, and they just they make sly comments to each other.
They did that a lot this episode.
Exactly. I was like, why are they being weird?
Yeah.
But then they don't address it. It's never
there's an actual issue. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's a compatibility issue and I like them together, mm-hmm. But I feel like the show, almost forces that there's...
Yeah.
There are problems sometimes, but then they just ignore it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Because they do that with the cashmere sweaters.
Yeah. I think that's interesting. I have thoughts about that later.
I'm
I don't know.
Why are you guys setting these seeds that they're going to have issues? I guess they do have issues a little bit in this season. But
yeah. But not that's such a weird thing to be I don't know, make a problem.
Exactly. I'm
it just seems not in line with their characters, I guess.
Yeah. And it's just weird because I feel like one of them, Seb's bothered about Carlos having money, but I don't feel like we see Carlos be bothered about any stuff. And then, Carlos will make comments sometimes to Seb that just imply he's dumb.
Yeah, yeah.
But they don't seem to bother Seb either. So it's weird. And I'm I don't love when they do that.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do think that Ricky and Nene are still very cute at this part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I am certain this is still post Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett breakup. I think they're still together at this point.
Yeah. I think so too.
In fact,
I can just tell.
Yeah.
The way that they look at each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But they're definitely, especially, I feel like you could make an argument, they're just actors, really good actors, but you can tell when they break up.
Mm-hmm. There's one specific part.
You just get so mean.
She's mad. And I'm okay.
Sick.
This is more than this. Yeah. Yeah. I just put that Ricky can't catch a break. Ever. Because his dad's we're moving. Why won't people tell him things?
Exactly. What, especially with it just being him and his dad, I feel like...
And he does it. I love Ricky's dad, but he's just like, yeah, this house has been so good to us. Like, that's so obscure.
Like, okay.
And Ricky's like, what, are we moving? Yeah.
And he says a smaller, like, apartment, but they don't move to I don't know. That's nitpicky, but...
why they would, like, need to move.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I don't know.
It couldn't have been brought.
Was Lynn really providing to that family?
My theory is he just wanted to get out of the house.
Probably.
And they didn't need all that space.
I feel like it would feel weird.
Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of why they moved.
Yeah.
Especially since I don't feel like the house that we see later is, like, so small.
Mm-mm.
So I feel like they just needed to get out.
Yeah. Yeah. That would make sense.
But, yeah. Ricky cannot catch a break.
Mm-mm. I feel bad for him.
I feel so bad for him. And then I hate that they try to make him look worse because he's not giving Nene a chance to talk.
Yeah.
When he's literally just expressing his feelings.
Right.
That's my biggest problem, too, with this season. And maybe he is just being really needy and stuff. But I feel like they show him communicating his issues and him, like, telling her what's going on in his life.
Yeah.
Gets communicated as him being needy.
Yeah. And also they talk about that, like, when they have their, like, confessionals, and he's like, communication is so important in a relationship. And then she's like, oh, I haven't told him yet. But maybe, like, us seeing him as needy, not us, not me, I would never.
Not me, I would never say that.
Like, as the audience seeing him as needy, I think maybe it's more that he's just expressing his feelings and, like, he's just communicating. And maybe he's like, that's valid. It's okay to be like, I really don't want you to leave.
Exactly.
But, like, I don't think he was ever not supportive of her.
Mm-hmm. No,
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I guess, yeah. I haven't rewatched it a little bit.
Yeah.
I will say, Perfect Gift is written by Joshua Bassett. This is the first song we've seen that just he's written. And it
sounds so much like him. I was like, this sounds like his early songs. I'm like, this is Joshua Bassett.
When did his first EP come out? Because we have to be getting close to that, because I think he's the first one to release music.
I think so. And I feel like it has to be soon.
When did Common Sense... Joshua Bassett. When did Joshua Bassett release Common Sense? Because 2020.
Mm.
So then I guess my next question is, when did this season air? Because I can't always remember when.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it knows what I want. My thing just automatically starts to okay, the season 2 premiered in 2021.
Okay.
So his EP had, well, I don't know if his EP had it, probably had not, but he had been releasing music because anyone else was out.
Yeah. Common
Sense was out. I love the Common Sense album cover photo. It, like, first off, the flowers are so pretty, but I feel like it's just such, like, a weird, okay, it's not weird because I really like it. I think it's really pretty, but it's just, like, it's not a very, like, boy pop.
Yeah.
Album
but he's like that, what other one where he's laying down with the flower? What's that one?
Oh, and it has, like, line like that?
Yeah. And I thought that one was, like, I noticed, like, the shirt he's wearing is, like, lace. Like, all lace.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love that for him.
I love that.
Maybe that's why Nene compares him to Harry Styles.
Exactly.
Maybe he is giving Harry Styles here, but...
Okay, wait, when exactly did Common Sense drop? Okay, Common Sense dropped April 21st of 2020.
Mm.
And, the first season of High School Musical series finished airing January 10th, 2020.
Mm.
So, I wonder when they filmed season 2.
Yeah.
That's our next. When is season 2?
There was snow on the ground. But I don't know when they necessarily filmed everything.
They started in February 2020. So right away, once the first season was done.
Yeah. Makes sense.
This timeline, we should, at some point, we should, like, delve into the timeline a little bit. Because it gets, I think we will when we get to the COVID shutdown.
Mm. Yeah.
But, so this episode, so he had not dropped it yet. But, like, yeah, his singing career started pretty early, so. I don't know what even the point of that was, but anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, because we talked about him writing it and it sounding like him.
Yeah.
I like to see his. And Perfect Gift probably was even pre that because it was on the Christmas album.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, kind of crazy.
Crazy.
We should probably do an episode about the Christmas special, but not right now.
Yeah.
That actually probably should have been this episode, but oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
I love when he says, "You're my home," and I actually genuinely cried.
Me too.
I was like,
oh. No, because...
Stop. And I know that would have been, like, a bad time to bring stuff up, but you should have been, like, just so you know.
Just so you know.
I'm moving in a few days. But that was, like, Christmas time, so they had more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that Christmas time?
Well, she gave him the gift.
The whole timeline of this was really messed up.
No, because I feel like they definitely do this timeline on purpose, and it comes off as Nene giving him even less time.
Yeah.
It had to have been around Christmas, because they give gifts. It should have,
but when they're doing something in the air, Carlos is like, "There's a New Year's Eve party at Ashland's."
Yeah.
So is this supposed to be all one day?
I don't think so, because... Okay. Oh my gosh. Nene says in the clip, I leave T minus 13. And she leaves on New Year's Day.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think...
Okay, yeah.
I think he just told them in advance.
Yeah.
I don't know why they announced so early, but...
Yeah, that makes sense. This thing just, like...
I feel like they rushed this episode, too, to make it more reasonable that Nene hasn't told him.
Yeah. No, that's...
She's like, one car ride, he's saying, bet on it the entire time, knowing full well she had days to do this.
It's so much time.
Honestly, frankly, a phone call would have worked.
Been like, hey.
FaceTime?
Yeah, you can't...
I know they were talking.
Obviously. It's like, it's a day ending in a Y, so...
Literally.
That's my favorite.
Well, I was just thinking, because, like, during that scene, obviously we just see them talking, and we're just like, oh, he's just talking about how he's your home, he's your home. But then we cut to them playing, like, doing snowball fights. Okay, you guys talked, you did other things.
Yeah. It's not, you're not just, like, I get kind of the pressure of being, like, emotionally there for someone who's going through a lot, but also, like, I feel like it's gonna be worse if you wait. Like, you're still leaving.
No, literally.
Unless it's gonna change your mind on leaving. You should just be like, hey.
Just tell him.
I gotta tell you.
Exactly. Just spit it out.
Yeah.
Also, Perfect Gift is 100% live singing.
Yes, I was like, great.
I think, I have to tell this to Haley, I have to tell this. So, the first time I watched this show with my mom, and Joshua Bassett started singing Perfect Gift, the second he was over, he was done with it, she literally goes, he's not as good at singing by himself. That's horrible, Danette. I was like, she got a whole name drop right here. But I was like, she's like, yeah, he should really keep singing with the other girls. And I don't think that he did a bad job.
Yeah.
I just think he's sang better. He definitely gets better.
And I feel like the song is written almost as if it could be built as a duet.
Yeah.
Almost like the way that, I don't remember names of anything when it happens. But, like, I feel like a lot of their other songs where they both have a part and they're, like, overlaid. Like, I feel like this one's almost written like she could have a part overlaid on it.
I can see that.
But, yeah. Like, maybe it just doesn't stand out enough on its own.
Maybe that's right.
But
I think it's good.
Don't hate on...
I
understand this song, but he has really good vocals.
Well, that's why I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
His version of Bet On It on Spotify is so good.
Yeah.
However, the electronic mix and him live singing it while running around the room did not do him any favors. It sounds horrible.
I remember the very, very first time I watched this show, and I was like, he's not going to get a part if he sings it like that. I'm like, that sounds so bad.
Going up to the and he like does an infant that. I was like, this is not good. I was
No. Yeah.
But then I feel so bad because I've literally told people have been like, which version do you think is better? And I've literally said, honestly, Joshua Bassett's.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, if you listen to his, I've literally said that to people. And then I watch that scene, I'm like, okay, but like, not this version.
Not this one.
And the electronics in the background make it sound even worse. I'm like, oh my gosh.
They really, the sound mixing was not good, and I mean, like, it's funny. It reminded, I felt like he's really good live. He also runs around the whole stage, and some songs he just stopped singing because he's running around.
Like, that's what he's doing, like, the dumbest tasks.
I'm like, this is where I was like, okay, he's just a high school boy.
When he ends it, he goes, you can't bet on me. I was like, oh my gosh. I've told people this is better than that scene in High School Musical. That's crazy. So good. It's so good. And Big Red's like, wow.
It's like, yeah, I know. Everyone's reaction to it is so gets me.
It's like when you let a toddler run around. And he even does a better job when he sings it at the party.
Yeah.
He's just so bad in that scene, and I feel like they set him up.
It's so bad. I'm like, this is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you have a comment about the thrift store.
Oh, yeah. Because they go to, like, a costume store. I guess maybe it's a thrift store. For costumes.
Oh, yeah. Like, I guess I didn't know that one.
If you're doing High School Musical 2, just go to the DI.
Literally.
They will have everything you need.
They will have it all. I know, because I personally have seen so many. I saw a dress at a DI one time, and I was with my sisters. I think it was Rory. And,
oh, yeah.
I was with my sisters. I'm pretty sure it was Rory. And I literally said, I was like, this dress is so Sharpay core. I've said that so many times. I'll be like, this one's so Gabriella. And this lady at the DI literally said to me, she's like, what does that mean? Like, that's so Sharpay. And I was like, oh, guess what? I got text. And I was like, oh, like Sharpay Evans from High School Musical.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, I think I even said the second one. And she goes, oh, because like 3 girls that came in here today and said that dress is so Sharpay. I was like,
that's so funny.
See?
Yeah.
She thought that was a name and she thought that was a word. I was like, no, I mean like the character from High School Musical.
That's so funny. That's so good.
But yeah. So.
Yeah.
I agree. Why did she just go to a...
Yeah. I'm like, you don't need fancy costumes.
Exactly. I thought about looking up that costume place. I was rushed this morning.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I kind of doubt there's no, like, signs for me to use to figure out what it is. My bet is it's a set.
Yeah, probably.
It would take, like, 5 seconds to put together.
Yeah, it's really, yeah.
I didn't put this in my notes, but I hate Zachy Roy. It makes me so unbelievably uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The fact that his name, they call him Zachy.
Why?
It destroys me.
It's so terrible.
Guys, this season is by far Miss Jen's worst season because of Zachy Roy. And I can't do it.
Yeah.
I get physically uncomfortable.
Yeah. It gets worse. That one scene with them is the worst.
Even this scene, I was like, I need you two to take, like... I don't know.
Yeah. I'm like, I understand. I don't really understand why he gets to her. She should just do her own thing.
She really should.
I don't know.
Okay.
But also, straight guys in theater get everything.
They really do.
So, I understand the frustration.
No, literally.
But, yeah. I was gonna look up the Mankeys musicals.
So, I looked up if the Mankeys is a real thing at all.
That's what I was gonna do, too.
It's not.
That's what I was thinking, maybe.
Or at least the only thing that shows up when you look it up is High School Musical series.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think it is. I think it was
Alan
just...
Mankey a person?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
because he's the guy who wrote.
Oh, yes.
It's Alan... Yeah.
But there's just not a...
So that's why I was like, maybe there is an Alan Menken award. I could see that being a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's their excuse to do Beauty and the Beast again.
Yes.
I am literally, I'm not even kidding, most aware of Alan Menken because I had he was Alan Menken Award High School. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because pretty much anything that shows up is basically references to the show or people doing Alan Menken shows as.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I don't think so. She says that the last time they saw each other was 17 years ago, 17 years and 6 months, and I was going to calculate how old that would make her, because if that's 2020... I actually don't know if that's 2020 or if it's 2019 in the High School Musical the series canon, but that would be about 2002, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
2002, 2003. Which... I guess would work. The OG, I looked up when the OG Little Mermaid cast was on Broadway, and it debuted January 10th, 2008.
Okay. Yeah.
So wait, if it was 17 years ago, she would be about, and they last saw each other when they graduated high school, so about 18. 35?
Yes.
That feels about right.
Yeah.
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 And then he would have been... Yeah, I guess this works for him to be in the original if he was 2008.
Yeah. Because he would have gone to New York. Yeah. That makes sense for her to be in the original High School Musical.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because in the... Yeah, because she would have graduated around...
Because I don't know if she went to college because she was waitlisted.
Yeah, waitlisted at the U. Crazy. Actually, it's not crazy. I shouldn't say that. I didn't even apply to the U, so that's not me. I don't know if I would have gotten in, though, because I don't have 2 years of foreign language.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Because I remember because I wanted to go to the U, and then I toured the U, and I was like, yeah, I don't actually think this is for me. No shade to the U. Still great school. Yeah. I just toured, and I was like, I just don't think this is for me. And... So I never applied, but I don't know if I would have gotten in because I don't have the 2 years.
That was a thing.
Yeah. I only took 1 year of language. And it didn't even really go well. So yeah. Anyways.
That was a time.
That was a time. We talked about Bet on It.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was gonna say Zachy Roy brags about having 1,000-gallon.
Yes!
And I looked up what 1,000-gallon tank was because I can't, picture measurements at all. But it's, literally, if I stood up, it would be, maybe a foot taller than me. And then, that big around. It's really not that big. So, having 1,000-gallon tank is really not that impressive. Mm-mm. And what are you going to do with that?
That's what we were talking about. What do you do with it? Because, I guess you could put it as a backdrop and do, a horizontal one.
Fish in it and,
But, what is that accomplishing that a screen can't?
I don't know. I don't... I feel like it would just be better to... I don't know.
To not. And then we're if you put Ariel in it, that severely discounts what she could do.
What is she going to do? If I, went to see The Little Mermaid and Ariel was just in a fish tank, I'd be like... What the heck is going on here? Dang,
part of your world could have been a lot cooler if she wasn't stuck to this tank that's this big.
And if you have a microphone on, you can't get in the water.
I didn't even think about that.
I just think that, this
they
is a big
suicide that bad girl.
Yeah. And maybe he was just bragging. Maybe they, I think he was talking himself up.
Exactly. I was like, what does that do? What benefit does that give you for your show?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's actually so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also find it interesting that they're East High is so poor. Because I don't feel like I've gathered poor from these kids. And I guess their drama department could still be.
Yeah.
But is North really that much better of a situation than them? I don't feel like that's the case. No. Unless their drama department is just already really established.
Maybe.
In this hypothetical universe, I guess.
I wonder where North High is supposed to be.
I don't know. Because we've determined
actually
it's not
Ogden.
But it's at Ogden, but I can't imagine that Ogden would ever be considered North High, and I'm guessing just North Salt Lake? I guess that could be Ogden.
Yeah.
It's kind of far.
It is kind of far. Maybe more like it's Bountiful.
Yeah, like Bountiful's closer, yeah.
Ish. And I guess
that's still
richer people. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I can headcanon that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Red is his last name, I think. I don't know if we've determined that before.
Yeah.
Or they just call his parents Mr. and Mrs. Red.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna eat so hard if they called one of their parents brother or sister Red.
Yeah.
Like they do in LDS.
That's so funny because
I don't think I've ever called my parents. Sometimes I will if I meet him for the first time. And I just don't know, but...
Dated a guy that when he would talk to my mom, he would call her Sister Clark. But my dad isn't a member of our church. So when it was my mom and dad, he would call them Mr. and Mrs. Clark. But if it's just my mom, he'd call her Sister Clark. And I think he just would refer to my dad as Mr. Clark. But it's just funny to me. I'm like...
That was such a hard,
you're consciously thinking about it.
You're constantly... I don't think...
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've had to refer to your dad by a context like that.
Yeah.
And I usually just refer to your mom by her first name. But I've also known you for, years and years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
And we were in a ward together for a little bit, but...
I don't know what my dad would do if someone called him Brother Clark.
Let's find out. In next week's episode...
He can comment.
He can comment down below what he would do.
Yes.
I forgot he watches this.
Yeah. He's our number one.
We literally just had a conversation about him with him. Anyways.
Yeah. This is a little bit ago, but when Ricky comes in singing Bet on It, I don't remember who it is, but they're like, you're like Shawn Mendes.
Oh, yes. Big Red.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
He's like, if you looked like and sounded like Shawn Mendes.
Yeah. I'm like, he's been compared to Harry Styles and Shawn Mendes. Maybe they're trying to promote his music.
I think they are. I think they're trying to promote him as, the next big, boy.
Because then I was thinking, what are we going to do? I was like, I don't think they ever refer to Olivia as any, big pop star. But then I was like, they would probably be like, you're like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, imagine.
We know how that goes.
Actually, so many opinions on that.
So funny. I'm sure they're being you're going to be the next big pop star, and then it's going to bring publicity to this show.
Exactly. I think it is interesting. No, I actually know why he didn't blow up, actually.
Yeah.
But I think the music industry is super... I think that he's really good.
Yeah. I also think maybe if he put out an album a little bit sooner for the first time...
And maybe did a better job at, promoting what he does a little bit better.
I think he could have been as big as Olivia was, right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he just, he didn't...
And he had a moment where he was the it boy.
Yeah.
He was, the standout of this show when it first dropped. I remember everyone being he's so hot.
Yeah.
He had his little white boy moment of the month thing, and I just don't feel like part of me wonders if he even wants to be famous. A thought I have regularly.
Yeah. Part of me thinks that he doesn't... Maybe he used to, but I feel like now he doesn't.
I don't
care as much, but he still makes music, and hopefully will keep making music.
Hopefully.
I love
his music.
Bassing. It's
I'll cry if he stops.
Was he my number 3 artist on Spotify?
Was he number 2?
No, because Conan Gray was number 2.
Oh, you're right.
Because I had Taylor Swift, and I remember I had Conan Gray.
So he must have been 3, because he was high for you.
I think he was 3.
He was 6 for me.
Olivia was below him.
He was my little sister's number 2 biggest artist.
Yeah.
And so and he didn't film an artist video. And he didn't do one last year either. And so she has put it on herself to get him to film a video. Joshua Bassett, if you're listening, please film a video. It would be really great for the rest of us, because now what she's doing is she's made a playlist called Joshua Bassett, please make a Spotify artist video, and it's just exclusive. It's his entire discography and like multiple versions of songs. It's like 5 hours long, and she only listens to Joshua Bassett on her Spotify account. Like, to the point that she'll be like, sometimes she'll be like, Audrey, you should play music, and I'll be like, oh, why? And she'll be like, I can't do it. I think she allows herself 1 day a week where she doesn't listen to Joshua Bassett.
Oh my gosh.
But other than that, she exclusively listens to him on her playlist. And then my other sister is like, all we hear is Joshua Bassett in the car. And then she like warns people when they get in. She's like, this is a Joshua Bassett only song, because she wants him to film the artist video so bad.
So awesome.
So Joshua Bassett, please hear our prayers.
Yeah.
Please.
I like the playlist, but she sent it to me. I have it. And I've listened to it, but the same song comes up
like 12
in every
times.
version. Like, I put it on shuffle, but it's like back to back. She said, he said, I just heard this.
No, he said, she said is on there like 20 times, I swear.
It sounds the same.
It's not, because like each time he dropped a new song, he would redrop.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and she has all of them. It's truly an experience. Like, Joshua Bassett, I don't think you understand how much she loves you. Please give her an artist video.
Yeah.
If not, I might have to get her a Venmo video, or Vimeo. What the frick are those called? They're not Venmo videos, because that's not. Like, you know, when you like ask them to film a video, I need to make an account so that I can get her a video.
Yeah.
Because truly, she's unmatched on this level. Okay, this episode's been going really long. I'm trying to think. Do you have anything else?
Not really.
I have a couple comments, and okay.
Yeah.
We have first. No. He brings lactose-free cheese for one of those pizzas.
He does.
I don't know if that means that he is.
They also said he has facial blindness. Casually. That's crazy.
That is crazy, especially as like our cute little tech guy. He doesn't know. His grandpa's name is Noah, and if we know if he's named after his grandpa's, so his name might be Noah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I think this is our confirmation, or the closest we get to a confirmation. Imagine being literally anyone else at the party when Joshua Bassett and Olivia Rodrigo have their moment.
Oh my gosh. I was like, this is awkward.
Like, that looks
They
horrible.
took over the song, and then
He literally taps Ashton and goes,
yeah.
I know we're doing a group thing, but I'm gonna take this moment to have a solo moment real quick. Love.
So good.
We get more Natalie again. She eats.
Yeah.
And then my final note that I feel like we need to end on is that they're doing Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. An American classic, even though it's French.
American classic. That's genius.
She said it's an American classic. I guess it is, kind of.
I love it.
But
it's neat. Picasso.
It's very French.
It is very French. I think it's so ironic that they did it. They've already done it. Mm-hmm. Except for we've only seen Nene talk about having already done it. So.
Yeah, that's true. Like, why wasn't EJ in Beauty and the Beast?
I don't know.
Or maybe he just was and we don't know about it.
I was just like literally thinking, okay, we're casting The Little Mermaid and I was looking at the cast for The Little Mermaid. It's like, guys, they forgot to put the Beast. We're not casting Beauty and the Beast, honey. We are casting The Little Mermaid. I was like, how do you forget the Beast?
What? He's in the title.
He's in the title. I was like, what the heck?
That's so good.
Okay. Anyways, on that note, let's move on to our casting because we've already gone on a really long time.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Today we're going to be casting The Little Mermaid. And, yeah. So, we will be casting Nene in this show. However, I'm of the personal opinion that I think it'd be so funny to just cast her as an inanimate object.
Yes.
That's like my peak humor.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Ariel, Ursula, Sebastian, Flounder, Prince Eric, King Triton, Scuttle, and I feel like that's all that really matters. I guess the chef has a song.
Yeah.
So maybe the chef too.
Yeah, I feel like that's all that is important.
Okay. So how many is that? 8? Does that give us enough to put Olivia Rodrigo as a 4?
We'll see.
I'll see. I feel like so deep in my soul that EJ is gonna have to play King Triton.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh
so, yeah, we'll put him there. Sebastian.
Oh.
It's like permanently. I feel like Sebastian could be. Okay, Flounder is Seb.
Yeah.
There's not that many girl roles in here though.
Mm-mm.
So maybe we'll make Ashlyn Sebastian? Or maybe, I don't know. But here's my thing. Sebastian could be Carlos or Big Red too, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we just want to put Ricky as Prince Eric.
Yeah.
Okay, Slay, Ricky's Prince Eric.
He's just...
I just can't think of another character for him to play, like, genuinely. Mm-hmm. The dog.
Yeah.
So we have those 3. Who are you from for Scuttle? Okay, wait. Courtney. There's no reason for that. Does Scuttle even sing?
I think he does in the musical.
Okay.
Yeah. I just don't know.
I don't know.
Who are we casting as Ariel?
Oh, that's a good point. We should probably cast them. Courtney plays, or what is her actress's name? I don't know.
Yeah.
It starts with a D, and it's her last name, and she goes with Renee. I think it's her
Oh.
Anyways, I'm not gonna look it up. But she plays the Descendants.
Yeah.
Ursula's little sister. So you can put her as Ursula.
I think she'd be as Ursula.
Okay, perfect. We'll put Courtney as Ursula. Who's playing our Ariel?
Yeah, Gina or Ashlyn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ashlyn, Ariel. Gina, Sebastian.
Yes.
I don't know why that feels right.
It
Gina,
does.
Sebastian.
It really does.
Okay, so we'll do Ashlyn as Ariel, Gina, Sebastian. So then we just have Scuttle and the chef. I guess we don't even need to cast the chef. Who are we missing? All the girls have been cast.
And Carlos.
Okay.
I think Big Red would be good as the chef.
Okay, perfect. And we want Carlos as Scuttle? Okay, perfect.
I think Carlos could be
great. And then Olivia Rodrigo is going to be... What should Olivia Rodrigo be?
Either...
I'm trying to think of an inanimate object in that movie. Because they have the dingle offer. But I feel like she could just be like straight up just the statue of Prince Eric that's in Ariel's treasure case.
That'd be so good. Imagine you're cast to be a statue of your boyfriend. I think that's so good.
Perfect, great. She's just dressed up like it. That's like on the same level as the rose, I feel like.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
And she can have a song.
And she can have a song that she wrote
as the statue.
About how she feels like she's stuck in place.
Yeah. It's so perfect. It's so perfect.
Love. Okay, so going through, we have Ariel is Ashlyn.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney is Ursula.
Mm-hmm.
Gina is Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Seb is Flounder. Ricky is Prince Eric.
Yes.
EJ is King Triton. Carlos is Scuttle. And Big Red is the chef.
Yes.
Okay. So slay. So cool.
Good.
So I think that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. And then Jeannie... Sorry. When I say Gina and Nini's names together, it comes out as Jeannie. Anyways. Nini is playing the statue of Prince Eric.
Yeah.
Within her own original song.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. I think that's all we have to say.
Yeah.
And I want to keep this under an hour.
Yeah.
So...
We're really close.
We're so close. So thank you so much for watching our podcast. Make sure to continue following us on TikTok, or if you're not, do. And our Spotify and YouTube, and just keep watching our podcast. I think this is super fun. We do some cool stuff. And we love having you here, and I hope you guys are so excited to get into season 2, because like we are.
Yeah, obviously.
So yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.